Hey guys, MCU Collector here with the next video on the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, Deadpool Wave 2, Sauron Build-A-Figure, or Dr. Karl Lykos is his pre-transformation name, I guess. This one is the Deadpool figure, the Deadpool and Chill Deadpool figure. So it's his boxer shorts, which is a very funny figure, and the way they pose it in the package just looks awesome, like he's in bed laying next to the Build-A-Figure piece. So it's a really fun one, and this is actually the second Deadpool figure that's been released that looks like this. Figma also released one, I believe it was the deluxe version only though, where you actually had the lower leg swap out parts to actually do the same Deadpool look. I don't know if it had the half unmasked head or not. But it is very interesting. It's very funny that we have this, and actually that head is going to be new, so that's really cool. And the upper torso is bucket cap, the bottom torso, the lower half of the body is going to be all new sculpt. So this is actually a really cool one, a really just fun figure to have. So I'm very excited. But anyway, here you can see the Deadpool logo down there. You have the Deadpool logo up at the top, in the top corner, which you can't really see. It says Dr. Karl Lykos, Sauron Build-A-Figure. Side artwork looks pretty good. You see Deadpool in his boxers there, and it just has the kind of the half mask, which is nice because I know that he does do that in the comics from time to time. And then actually in the movie, it actually showed, Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds actually had, half the mask showing, so it was a pretty cool idea and concept. Here's the back of the figure, the back of the package anyway, and it actually has like little hearts, little heart Deadpool logos throughout, so it's just really fun one to have. So let's take a look at that bio. Okay, and the bio reads, la 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 la, oh, hi there. Been here long? What's that? What am I wearing? Well, this pretty little number is a look I like to call Deadpool and Chill. So it's pretty funny. So even Hasbro has a nice sense of humor. So this was just a really awesome, fun one to have. There is the Sauron Build-A-Figure, all the figures in the wave to complete the Build-A-Figure. So number 1, we've already looked at Omega Red. 2 is the X-Men Deadpool. 3 is the Deadpool and Chill. Next up after this video will be Wolverine X-23, then Lady Deadpool, then Bishop before we get to the Build-A-Figure. So pretty awesome. Now we'll take a look at the UPC. There's the UPC for you guys. And there he is. So let's open this up and take a closer look. Okay guys, and here's the Deadpool figure out of the package. And you know what? This is just a really fun figure because it's so unbelievably ridiculous that we would get a figure like this. And only Deadpool. It could only be Deadpool that we would have a figure like this. But it's still really fun. Nonetheless, and it's just a very interesting and fun figure to have. So let me kind of get him standing up, kind of regular here. And there he is. Yeah. So the upper torso is the bucket cap figure, and he has some of the pieces from some of the other Deadpool figures, like the belt harness with all the pouches and stuff. That is the same one that came with the Juggernaut Wave Deadpool, but he has a holster there in front, but no gun to put in the holster. So that's a little weird, right? But the figure comes with a couple of accessories. It comes with a couple of guns. I have to look back. These might be guns that we've already seen. I'm sure we've already seen these guns before. There's no paint detail or anything. They're sculpted nicely. They're just all flat black. Looks like they were actually purple maybe on the back of the package, but they're just black. So nothing special. Just weird looking futuristic gun type of things. But it's all about the figure and how ridiculous it is. Before we get close-up looks at the figure, let's take a look at the Build-A-Figure piece here. So he comes with the torso, the entire torso and head to the Sauron Build-A-Figure. So this thing is really cool looking, really awesome, as this Deadpool has a hard time wanting to stand up right now. So I really like the way this looks. The head is awesome. The detail in it. The sculpt is great. Now this is actually, and I think it's just going to be the torso piece that is reused from the movie Lizard for the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. And that was actually, I'm trying to think if the whole line was a Walmart exclusive or if it was just certain figures in that line, but I think it was a Walmart exclusive. I actually have that figure, and I will be showing it in the Sauron Build-A-Figure video, so I'll compare the torsos and you can kind of see where it came from. But really cool looking. Just my first impressions are awesome. I love the paint detail on the front chest. The light green into the green comes off looking very nice and very natural looking to like a type of reptile skin. The neck looks good. The head, we get an articulated jaw, so that is awesome. That is great. The sculpt in there is very good. The sculpted teeth, the tongue and everything in there, so I'm really liking that. And then we get a lot of good motion in there, and then this skirt piece is really good. So that is awesome. Can't wait to build him. He is going to be very cool. So for now, he's just going to kind of chill back there as we go through this Deadpool figure. So there he is. Oh man, what a crazy figure. Let's look up close to him. Okay, look at that Deadpool. Oh man, so the head sculpt is awesome because we kind of get that half mask that we've seen like with the Spider-Man figures, so it's really cool. The sculpt is awesome because you can see all like the scar marks and everything in his face. You actually do get a little bit of wash in there, so a little bit of color variation throughout the skin tone, which is really good because it makes it believable for the completely scarred skin. The teeth look good, the sculpt and everything is really good. Now one thing I find very interesting is that with every Deadpool figure, apparently one eye always has to be bigger than the other to really give it the facial expressions. Case in point, bam, see that? One eye is bigger. When we look at Deadpool, you'll see the same thing. I didn't actually take a look at that in the Lady Deadpool, but I'm sure it's going to be the same thing. But there you go. So typical standard bucket cap upper torso. The paint looks pretty good. However, a little bit of sloppiness or paint chipping right there on the black. You can see some red coming through. But the black lines throughout the rest of the figure are done pretty well. You get a little black spot there on the shoulder. Not a big deal. The arms, not real smooth on the arms. Actually pretty sloppy on the arms. Those are not clean looking lines at all. That's very sloppy looking. It's all curved and everything. I don't know what's up with that. Get some black spots on the back of the arm there. Now obviously some of these QC issues are going to be one-offs. You're not going to see it on every figure. But when I look at that and I could see the sloppy line work, chances are you're going to see that probably on a majority of the figures. And we've really noticed that with a lot of the Hasbro Marvel Legends lately. So it's unfortunate there. There's no paint on the buckle other than on the belt other than the buckle. You see we have the Deadpool logo there. That looks pretty good. The grenades aren't painted or anything. It's all just done in a brown color. Wish they would have painted those at least. Looks good. The boxers look good. The pink Deadpool hearts look very good. So those are applied very nice and cleanly. No issues whatsoever with any of them. The sculpt looks good. They kind of look like big boxers for him. So that looks good. The lower legs are very awesome because the sculpted detail and the scars is really cool. Now I wish they would have taken it a step further and did some more color variation throughout. So you can see that there's a little bit of, I don't know if it's going to be dry brushing or a little bit of wash in there in some of the creases of the scars and some of the creases of his muscles. They look good. But I think with some of these scars, the way it's sculpted, it would have been nice to get maybe some reds in there. I think that would have looked really nice had we seen that. Because it looks like, you know, you can kind of see the muscle throughout. So if we had kind of getting some reds in there, I think it really would have stood out. Really would have been nice. Now the funny thing is, he has a sock only on his right leg, his right foot. Not sure why. Maybe this has to be straight from the comics. Let me know which comic book it's from if you guys know. Hit me in the comments below. But one sock only on the right foot, not on the left. And then the fuzzy slippers are actually done very nicely. They don't come off or anything, so that it's part of the sculpt. I kind of wish I didn't do that. So they're glued on there. You're not going to want... I'm not going to force that anymore, but... Yeah, see, they're glued on there. You don't really want to pull it, but mine... I guess I just got tempted and had to do it, but I won't mess with it anymore. So you definitely want to be careful with that. But they do look very good. So nice and fuzzy on the ends, and then nice and flat. And I think the sculpt of it came out looking very good. Really like the way it looks. And then even the sock is nice because they even sculpted a little hole in the sock so you see the skin tone coming through. So I love the way it looks. I think it's awesome. It looks very good. We get that pinky up. The gauntlets are black, instead of brown like the Juggernaut Wave ones were. So it's a very good looking figure. It's just a fun figure to have. I'm not sure what anybody is really going to do with it. I've seen some pictures, and it's basically with him laying down, kind of like the pose in the package and the pose that I first had the figure in when I first opened it. Because I'm just not sure what else you're really going to do with the figure, but it is very good. So, not a whole lot there. We'll go over the articulation a little bit. I'll go over basically the lower portion of the figure because upper torso is just Bucky cap, so not a whole lot to see there. So let's zoom out a little. Alright, as far as the articulation for the lower half, he does have a waist swivel. Legs go out very, very, very far apart, so good splits action there. You get an upper thigh cut there at the boxer cut, so when you turn his legs, no matter how you do it, it really kind of looks natural to it. You get a double jointed knee that works very well. You get hinged foot that goes up all the way down, and you do get ankle pivot. It's going to be the same on this one. Maybe it doesn't go up quite as much because you have the sock on there, but goes all the way down. You do get ankle pivot there as well. So that looks really good. Solid figure. Really like it. I do recommend picking it up, especially because he comes with the torso piece, so that's going to be a pretty important piece. Whereas the X-Men Deadpool is double packed, this Deadpool is not. So he may be a little bit more difficult to get. I'm not sure. I do know that he is available now at places like Entertainment Earth to order right now, and I'll include a link in the description below if you guys want to go and order yours if you haven't already found it in the stores or out in the wild. But there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hit me down in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you guys liked the video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching.